Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Thank you so much for joining us. It is Thursday, the 10th day of November, 2011. Joining us, we're going to have BBC/ABC reporter, investigative journalist Greg Palast joining us to look at the state of the world, the global economic meltdown in hindsight, because back in 2002, he got the leaked IMF World Bank documents where the mega banks were planning to implode the West just like a third world country. And, of course, that's the final chapter in my now out-of-print book, Descent into Tyranny, predicting everything that then took place via those documents. The book's not out of print digitally. It's available at prisonplanet.tv. Once you're a member, you can find it there. And incidentally, we're running a 15-day free trial right now at prisonplanet.tv, where this entire radio show, all 3 hours, is transmitted daily. The entire video, 5-camera shoot element. And then, of course, the nighttime show, 7 o'clock Central, at prisonplanet.tv as well for prisonplanet.tv members. But I'm now digressing off into that area. George Soros is running around profiting off the Euro meltdown. We've got Gardasil victims taking legal action against Merck over miscarriage and deadly reactions, including deaths. Doesn't matter, they've been given government immunity now. UK Foreign Office, Israel expected to attack Iran next month. Rick Perry virtually ends his own presidential campaign with major debate gaffe. I should have covered this last week. Jaron had all these clips of Perry in speeches, not knowing really who he was and going, hey, dude. Jaron called me late at night, or about 8 o'clock at night, and says, you got to watch these clips tomorrow. We got to play them. And then he showed me some of the clips. I never got around to it, where he was like, dude, and Jaron's like, it's like he's on Prozac or something. It's like he's drunk. And you see Perry without a teleprompter just going, like he's going crazy. I think he's had a mental breakdown. It's one thing all the time to be on air and say, there's 3 agencies. Darn it, you ever forget something? But instead, he's like, I don't know. What is it? And then he couldn't. Then suddenly he tried to say all 3 again. He could only say one. Then went, oh, fudgely dudge. I don't know nothing. And Perry wasn't like this just 6 months ago. George W. Bush gave pretty good speeches in Texas. His hair was brown. He was annoying, a liar, wicked, but he could speak. He was a decent speaker, not great. As soon as he became president, or even when he was running, it was suddenly making up all these weird words. And, of course, Obama without a teleprompter is a bumbling idiot as well. It's because these guys are total and complete puppets. Plus, they're always being fed all their lines and what they're supposed to say. And without a teleprompter, they just go to pieces. Now, all of that is a side issue compared to the plans to strike Iran and what that's going to do. I want to get more into that today, the huge sell-off in the stock market yesterday. But I have waited 4 days, really 5 days, to talk about the Penn State issue. And I'm going to cover that first when we come back from break, because it illustrates everything I'm talking about. How people are naive, they're gullible, especially when it comes to big, powerful institutions. And so that's where evil predators go, because intelligent predators know that in government, in big institutions, in big corporations, they can get away with more because nobody wants to see the organization go down. Believe me, it's coming out. The police knew. Everybody knew. Of course, folks, this is definitely a child rape ring. I mean, so's pretty much everything. I mean... A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com. Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones. I'm looking for people that have the wisdom to spot savings, opportunity, and recognize risk. Saving means to make money. The Cal-Ben Pure Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated and twice as good as what you're using now. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils that contain no useless dyes, perfumes, deodorants, or antibacterials. Your risk is the hundreds of hazardous toxic detergents that give you rashes, itching sores, and deteriorating clothing called lint. If you want something better, if you want something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done before. Getting a free catalog is easy by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Take charge of your health now by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Alex Jones here with vital information concerning our nation's fragile food supply. Folks, there are some truly dangerous trends forming, and I think it's important for my listeners to do three things right away. Number one, study the past. History really does repeat itself. Number two, learn to spot the dangerous food shortage trends. Number three, take decisive action. A perfect storm is brewing for a global food crisis. That's why I'm telling everyone to read the new book, Rising Prices, Empty Shelves. Warning signs that trigger the deadliest famines in history. Don't get caught unprepared when the crisis hits. This book is only available at risingpricesemptyshelves.com. You'll also get a free copy of Supermarket Survival, How to Cut Your Grocery Bills in Half. Again, that website is risingpricesemptyshelves.com. That's risingpricesemptyshelves.com.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
It is Thursday, the 10th day of November 2011. And I think a lot of you probably noticed that I've talked very little about Herman Cain in the last few weeks during this big scandal with all these women coming out saying that he basically sexually harassed them, groped them, implied that if they would give him sexual favors, he would advance them. Now, he sounds very credible in his response, but the problem is he sounded credible when he told Ron Paul, how dare you say I call your supporters dumb? I never said that. That's an internet rumor. Get your facts straight, and laughed at Ron Paul. We have the clips of him on radio and in his book saying exactly that. And let me tell you, I mean, he's a better liar than Bill Clinton. When he said that, I knew I had those clips during that debate a few weeks ago, but I had to go back and pull them up to make sure, because he is one of the best liars I have ever seen. Now, that said, one woman worked for Axelrod. Some of the others constantly file these complaints. It's a business for some women out there. Certainly, I've got a wife and two daughters, and you know, my grandmother, my mother. I don't like women being harassed. I know there's pigs out there that do it. But in the final equation, I haven't really covered this because it is a distraction. War with Iran is imminent. A lot of people are trying to stop it from happening. Now it's admitted Israel plans to hit them at the beginning of next month. They've backed it off. That may not happen, but I've got the stack of news, British news, U.S. news, Israeli Knesset saying the green light's on, we're doing it. That, I mean, folks, do you know what's going to happen if Iran is attacked? They're going to shut down the Strait of Hormuz. Oil prices will probably double or triple. Some estimates are 5 times what they are now. Iran has now come out and said they will strike all over the world. They have said that they will strike all over the world with asymmetrical special forces teams. Every major government trains troops to do this, sleeper cells. And the globalists won't have to stage any terror attacks. They'll be able to take everybody's liberties, distract you from the big banks raping everybody, all the corruption, the cashless society, mark of the beast stuff, because they start a war with Iran. Iran strikes back with guerrilla warfare. And now you know why they're getting the highway checkpoints ready. And now you know why they're getting all this prepared. And even the Jerusalem Post, Haaretz, have reported that Netanyahu wants this war so he'll get politically reelected. And the neocons have told Obama, get behind this war and you'll get reelected. We'll leave you alone. What do you think Obama's going to do with Fast and Furious on his tail? Shipping the guns into Mexico, the drugs back into the U.S. Oh, yeah, that's in several big papers, Chicago Tribune, El Paso Times, not getting national coverage. The Attorney General Holder blamed the Second Amendment. He said, pass gun control, and this won't happen anymore. Mexico has a total gun ban. Our government shipping the guns in. He blames our Second Amendment for what he did. I told you he'd do that. All of these huge things are happening, and we're talking about Herman Cain. Why not talk about Herman Cain and his support of the Federal Reserve, his support of new taxes? Why not talk about Herman Cain working for the Pillsbury family and Skull and Bones? Why not talk about his attacks on Ron Paul? Why not talk about how he's another establishment insider like Rick Perry, Mitt Romney, all these guys? I mean, Mitt Romney on record is for abortion, gun control, open borders, amnesty cities, carbon global warming taxes, Al Gore praises him, wrote Obamacare. This is on record, and he's the Republican frontrunner. I don't know who's stupider. Obama supporters supporting him, believing he was going to give you free houses and free cars like his idiot supporters thought, didn't know he was bought and paid for by the big 6 megabanks that are running the New World Order, or you Republicans, because the media tells you Rick Perry's the leader for the last 6 months. You go, well, he's better than Obama. Really? Really? With Obama, we know what we've got. With Rick Perry, because he's white and has, I guess, a good haircut and wears a nice suit, looks like a Ken doll, like a mannequin at Dillard's or something, or Macy's, then he looks like a guy in a Esquire article, you know, in a wristwatch ad. I mean, you can go get any wristwatch model of the distinguished 50-something-year-old male or whatever, and just, I guess, make them president. It doesn't matter what their policies are. It doesn't matter what they stand for. Oh, Ron Paul, he's got black circles under his eyes because he works 18 hours a day at 76 years old and jogs every morning and exercises and eats like a bird and is totally right about everything and a constitutionalist and a godsend for this country. We don't need him because he doesn't look like a Ken doll. He can't make baskets like Obama. He isn't slick in his Harvard, educated suit and everything. Ron Paul doesn't need to read off a teleprompter. We don't want him. We don't want someone real. No. I mean, I hate to use a Christ analogy. They used that with Obama and said he's like the Christ. Remember that? He's like Jesus. You can look that up. But it shows people don't want the good. They want the bad sometimes. It's like Christ. Pilate says, I find nothing wrong in this man. And he says, okay, it's this holiday. You're allowed to release somebody on this day. Crowd, who do you want to release? And they said, give us Barabbas, some rapist, murderer, criminal, miscreant, dirtball, psychopath. Give us Barabbas. That's who we want. Give us Obama. Give us Rick Perry. Give us Mitt Romney. Give us Herman Cain. Give us